Hi everyone. So I hope I'm audible right now. If you find any problem, do let me know. Okay.
You are audible now.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to welcome each one of you for this masterclass, and I would like to uh, personally thank Kasinath sir. He has been a mentor for me for giving this opportunity to come up and speak about the process of filmmaking that we do today on a day-to-day basis. And he has asked me to talk about the experiences, the uh, what kind of problems that we face, and how to make things easy. The process itself can be made in a very easy way, because as students, even I have been a student, and I have even been into teaching. I am a very you know a proud Zikaite, you know, who passed out from Zika, as well as I got the opportunity to, take care of the students for almost like 4 years in Zika Guwahati. I was the academic head here in Zika Guwahati. So I understand, the students, what are the thought process they go through. And I even appreciate, you know, the amount of hard work that you put in. And I'm lucky enough, to share some kind of experience that at least, so that I can help, if not all, at least maybe someone I can, guide you in your future, in your career, to go ahead, and pursue this career. So before we jump into anything, I would just share the screen, and we'll just take 3 minutes of your precious time, we'll just see this short film, and then we'll have a question and answer round kind of a thing. And you all can, bump in with all your questions, any kind of doubts, any queries that might arise, or you might have in your mind. So please feel free to ask. It can be related to anything that is related to animation. So, uh, so I think, can I share my screen, Pritam?
Yes, you can. You try. Is not working.
Yeah, I think I can hear it, but since I'm using a headphone, or maybe everybody won't be able to hear the audio
Okay.
from this. So if there is internet, if possible, can
Uh-huh.
if they can watch it directly on YouTube for 3 minutes. I think the link has been shared.
Okay.
Is it
And
possible?
let's see. So what I can do, I can try from my side.
Okay, yeah, if you can, then that would be very nice.
Just wait for a few minutes. We'll be getting that short film soon. Till the time, I want to congratulate the Mrinmoy and his team. And I'll give you the host now.
Yeah, okay.
So yes, I have shared and I'll
Yeah,
make post.
okay. So everybody saw the film.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think you'll be getting the link as well. It's already in YouTube. You can see if you want, because I'm not sure whether it played smoothly or not. Did it play smoothly? Or was there any drop in frame rate? Did it play smoothly?
Not
It's here.
completely.
Okay, okay. So now, first of all, I would just like to ask all the students or whoever is present in this masterclass today, uh, what was what is something that you really liked about this, in this short film? And please let's make this interactive, okay? हम लोग creative बंदे हैं ना सब लोग. And feel free, please don't hesitate to ask questions.
So the
Okay,
message was really nice.
okay, okay. Anyone else or किसी को कुछ anything that you want to you know
So
say?
I have a question. Anna.
Yeah, yeah.
So how you get that idea? Where did you get this idea?
Uh, Actually, it's a very short and sweet story that came to our mind. This idea came to our mind as mine as well as my wife. Even she's also a Zikite and she's also an animator. So she was going for her maternity leave actually. So on during the last days when she left our office, I mean she was going for leave. We are on a way and we're discussing something. Let's create something. Let's come up with a concept. We had roughly, essay. It just came out of nowhere. Actually, we didn't thought of making any animation film. कुछ ऐसा कुछ भी. We just thought कि चलो कुछ करते हैं. And then all of a sudden this idea came up. And then that's why if you see uh, in Pencil Design Studios, all the names that are given, we haven't mentioned who has done what actually. Could you see that in the titling? Apart from the music and all.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, that is because the concept was ours. My wife, she came up with this idea and she gave it to us and she said, ki you all take care of it and you all do something because she couldn't, work physically on this animation project, but she just gave that, spark, ek chingari jaise de diya usne. And it was our turn to, to make it fire. And then हम लोगों ने सब लोगों ने brainstorming किया. Each one of us, even our management team, and not I would mention even the chai wala below our office, कुछ भी हम लोग we discuss things and then we came up with this idea कि ending कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे. And then we thought, okay, let's make it sweet and simple. And बीच में even we thought कि people take them away and then फिर बाद में उनको फिर छोड़ देते हैं ना बहुत लोग. After they grow up, उनको फिर से habitat में छोड़ देते हैं actually. So the concept came like it's not about the child and the mother actually. उस हम लोगों ने दिखाया वो चीज, but the main theme was कि हम लोग we say ना let's save animals, save tigers, save this, save that. We are talking about saving the animals and all. We don't need to save the animals actually. You know, all you need to do is take care of the habitat. The animals, they are happy while they stay that way. That is how they are meant to be. So हम लोगों ने, we have deforestation कर लो या फिर any kind of things which has led to habitat. हम लोग habitat को ही नहीं protect कर रहे हैं. We are not protecting the kind of, just imagine you stay in a house and few years 10 साल 20 साल बाद अगर हमारे पास घर नहीं रहेगा तो फिर हम लोग कहाँ रहेंगे? Can you understand? Have you ever thought that way? If you think that way, then only you will be able to understand कि हम लोग को animals को बचाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We just need to keep the environment safe. हम लोग को habitat बचा के अगर रखेंगे ना हम लोग वाइल्ड लाइफ को, तो ऑटोमेटिकली सब वाइल्ड लाइफ they stay in a sync, they stay in harmony by themselves. So rather than saying कि save tiger, इसको बचाओ, आप if you just save the flora and fauna जितने भी है, पेड़ पौधे हैं, जो भी है जंगल से, rather than destroying it, constructively अगर उसको ही अगर रखोगे ना, they in themselves can survive. तो मेन मैसेज हम लोग का वो था, तो इसलिए हम लोगों ने लास्ट में we didn't show कि people taking him back again, putting him in the, तब वो फील निकल जाता शायद somewhere down the line which we felt. So that was the main punch of the film, that and this concept came up through my wife while going back home. And then हम लोगों ने सब लोग, it is our baby actually, सबने मिलके, इसलिए हम लोग का डेजिग्नेशन हम लोगों ने नहीं दिया. Now just because festivals में देने के लिए someone has to, I mean I'll have to put in my name क्योंकि direction के लिए सब कुछ I'll have to be the face to talk. But concept wise, as far as the concept is, सबका idea था, everybody's input were there. And हाँ, काम खाली इसमें there are only two animators me and a junior of mine, even he's a guy, and one compositing guy who took care of the entire compositing thing. And then we did the music from professionals. Tarali Sharma, she is a very renowned national award winner music director of Assam.
So here the most of the 70% people are from Zika, right?
Okay, okay,
Right?
yeah,
In your team,
yeah.
the
Me,
film
my wife, and the
team.
animator who worked
Okay,
on it. Yes.
okay. And how long you took that to make finish this film?
If I calculate like man hours and all, it took almost like 3 months time because that was between our works. It was just for fun. We never took a deadline कि इसको कैसे करेंगे क्या करेंगे. We used to we have some different projects going on and हम लोग side by side ये लोग within our free time जितना भी मिलता था वो हम लोग करते रहते थे धीरे 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 करके. So
Okay,
if we
so
calculate,
so
so roughly around three
you
months
can
time.
say, okay, okay. From like pre-production to final
Yes, 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 yes.
output.
Actually, I would like to mention
Oh,
one thing. There are
so
few things. मूवी ये कंप्लीट हो गया था बहुत पहले ही बट इवन वी गॉट स्टक बैडली बाय कोविड एंड एवरीथिंग लॉकडाउन के वजह से सो उसके बाद वी आर लुकिंग फॉर म्यूजिक एक्चुअली एनिमेशन हो गया था बहुत पहले बट म्यूजिक वाज मिसिंग सो म्यूजिक के लिए हम लोग आर्टिस्ट ढूंढ रहे थे एंड देन वी ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 साल बाद वी केम इन टच विथ हर वी शोड हर दिस प्रोजेक्ट एंड शी वाज लाइक सो टच सी हरसेल्फ इज अ मदर जो म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर है ताराली शर्मा. So she said, "Ki Mrinmoy, please, I am going to do this music. Please don't give it to anyone else." So that is how all came together because everything has you know हर चीज के लिए एक सही वक्त होता है actually.
so when you while film is over and then you add sound to that,
Yes.
इसमें कोई एडिटिंग के लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम हुआ या फिर शॉर्ट्स को रिलोकेट करने के लिए कुछ
नहीं
करना पड़ा
नहीं
ये
नहीं कुछ नहीं
म्यूजिक
एक्चुअली.
डायरेक्टर ने?
नहीं 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 उनको शी जस्ट सॉ द फिल्म. एक चीज भी उनको करने का जरूरत नहीं पड़ा बिकॉज बैक ऑफ द माइंड वी न्यू व्हाट वी वांटेड टू डू एंड हम लोग का प्री प्रोडक्शन इतना स्ट्रांग था एवरी शॉट हैज बीन प्लान्ड एंड हम लोगों ने उनको एक रफ एक साउंड सुना के दिया था कि समथिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स दैट इज समथिंग दैट वी वांट. तो शी जस्ट टुक द फिल्म ऑलमोस्ट एक हफ्ते में शी जस्ट गिव अस द ट्रैक. हम लोगों ने जस्ट उसको डाला एंड एवरीथिंग वाज इन सिंक बिकॉज जस्ट क्योंकि इसमें ऑडियो या फिर वॉइस ओवर है नहीं. सो इट वाज कंपैरेटिवली दैट वे इट वाज इजी म्यूजिक देना भी क्योंकि एंड दोज आर प्रोफेशनल्स इन देयर फील्ड. सो उनको भी पता है दे नो हाउ म्यूजिक फ्लोज किस तरह का म्यूजिक चाहिए. It was in one go. We didn't have to do any takes for that music. She just gave it to us. We just heard it. That next morning सुबह 8:30 हम लोग स्टूडियो पहुंचे उसको लगाया और पूरा दिन हम लोगों ने खाली वही देखा पूरा.
Okay, great. So you mentioned pre-production was so planned and properly
Yes,
mentioned.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
now
Mrinmoy,
it's so now you can start with your pre-production because where the exactly we need for the
mhm,
students how
mhm.
important the pre-production is.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Sure, 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 sure. I definitely just before even I would just like to say a few things. कि pre-production को कभी ignore मत कीजिए आप लोग. Even if you are doing 3D because 3D it it is these are just softwares, okay? Everything that you do. And I would like to mention हम लोगों ने एक नया सॉफ्टवेयर पे किया था. It is called TV Paint. If some of you may heard of it.
सर बहुत वॉइस दब रहा है.
Hello. अभी
So
आ रहा है?
actually once you take your head upside na, so that voice goes down, and when you take down then the voice is clear.
Okay, this way it is clear.
It is.
Okay, 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 okay. So हम लोगों ने एक we tried out this new software called TV Paint. हम लोगों ने सुना था and then we thought why not try to experiment few things. तो ये सॉफ्टवेयर भी हम लोगों ने फिर इसको we tried to learn many things. ये throughout this process बहुत कुछ सीखा है सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू. So क्योंकि हम लोगों को जो चीज चाहिए था वो इसी सॉफ्टवेयर में पॉसिबल था एक्चुअली digitally to do that. And so coming back to pre-production thing, हम लोग we see the beauty. हम लोग खाली ब्यूटिफिकेशन में जाते हैं ना, जैसे 3D में जब फाइनल आउटपुट जब निकलता है ना, सबको आंख पे लगता है ना एकदम मस्त बना है एकदम, लाइक ऑसम, क्या सही बना है रे, बहुत सही है, ये है वो है। बट हम लोग ये बट वो कब आता है जब आपका बेसिक्स क्लियर होगा, व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड प्री प्रोडक्शन। एंड प्री प्रोडक्शन मतलब खाली मैं स्टोरी बोर्डिंग की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं खाली कैरेक्टर डिजाइन की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ शेप्स, जो जिका में जहां तक मुझे पता है, एज फार एज आई नो, बीइंग अ जिकाइड आल्सो आई नो कि जिका का कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर किस तरह से प्लान किया गया, मतलब जिस तरह से बनाया गया है। Because earlier back then even I was part of making this course structure way back उस टाइम पे with the help of काशीनाथ सर। So I know, तो उसको कभी भी इग्नोर मत कीजिए आप। It might sound boring at times, कि सर लोग बोल रहे हैं कि स्केचिंग करो, प्लीज नेवर इग्नोर दैट। नेवर एवर इन योर लाइफ इग्नोर लाइफ स्केचिंग हो कुछ भी करने के लिए बोलते हैं ना, when it comes to pre-production, because those are the fundamentals, those are the pillars that will make you go ahead in life, and that will make you stand out from the others. You won't just be a technical guy, जो जिसको बहुत सारा सॉफ्टवेयर के बारे में पता है। इट इज रेदर देन जैक ऑफ और मास्टर ऑफ नन होके फायदा नहीं है। आपको नॉलेज है, लेकिन आप एक चीज करो, उसको बेस्ट करो। एंड प्री प्रोडक्शन का डिमांड हर एक, इवन एड एजेंसीज में, नॉट नाउ, पहले से ही एड एजेंसीज प्री प्रोडक्शन फॉलो करते हैं। इफ यू सी, हम लोग का बॉलीवुड में हम लोग फिल्म आजकल बना है लेकिन अच्छी तरह से, बट एड्स, पुराने एड्स जितने भी आप देखोगे ना, वो बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं अभी भी, इवन नाउ। एनी एड दैट यू पिक अप एंड सी टेलीविजन में, बिकॉज दे फॉलो प्रॉपर प्री प्रोडक्शन पाइपलाइन फॉलो करते हैं वो लोग, और वो लोग स्टोरी बोर्ड्स करते हैं एक्चुअली। सो कैरेक्टर डिजाइन हो गया आपका, स्टोरी बोर्डिंग हो गया, फिर लेआउट्स हो गए, देन हाउ टू कंपोज अ फ्रेम। तो वो सारा चीजें आप व्हेन यू डू इट ऑन प्री प्रोडक्शन फेज पे ना, तब टेक्निकली आपको बहुत सारा चीजें करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती। यू कैन, सिंस यू हैव एवरीथिंग क्लियर इन योर हेड, आप एक सॉफ्टवेयर खोलते हो, यू जस्ट नीड टू लर्न द टूल्स, कि ये करने के लिए आपको कौन कौन सी टूल्स की जरूरत है, एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट ऑफ। बट बेसिक्स अगर क्लियर नहीं है ना, आपको सॉफ्टवेयर सीखने में ज्यादा टाइम जाएगा, रेदर देन इम्प्लीमेंटिंग इट in your actual workflow. If I'm Pritam, और अगर कोई फैकल्टी भी अगर यहाँ पे है, I would actually like to ask them and see if I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay. Hello, am I audible?
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay, okay.
Anybody has any thing like audio is not proper, but because we can hear you
Yeah.
properly.
Okay, okay. And I actually I would like to take some kind of questions, if the students have anything to ask about. कुछ भी आपको पूछना है ना, you can
So
please feel free to ask.
students, you can chat. You can
या चैट में आप अगर दे दोगे ना।
put a chat box.
हम्म।
Yeah. So you want to share screen or something like we have given a host to you. Yes.
Okay, me, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. I'll just can I show just a shot of from TV Paint?
Yes. Yes.
Just a rough, I mean the working rough final shot that So this is the, let's not go into the interface and everything since it will get complicated. It's, can you see the strokes and everything? It's typically like the hand drawn light box में हम लोग जैसे काम करते हैं ना, classical animation. It's exactly like that, typical light box. I'll just play it. I'll play it in 12 frames because ये हम लोगों ने 24 frames में किया है. but it was these are all in ones and twos. And फिर बाद में हम लोगों ने ना compositing में इसको frame rate इसका ये कर दिया था, double किया था Premiere में जाके. So this is just one single shot. Just have a look at it, and this is how the interface of TV Paint looks. Okay, I have the reason for me to bring this particular shot, how many of you think this is 2D or 3D? This particular segment.
So as per the sketching and all, it looks like a 2D, and but the camera you take, that
Okay.
looks like a 3D.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, the junior animator who was working on this, he specifically asked me, sir, क्या मैं 3D यूज कर सकता हूँ इस पे? And then फिर मैं इसको frame by frame ये कर लूंगा. मैंने बोला प्लीज वो मत करो, because you lose the feel for it. Well, take your time. उसको ये shot almost मतलब करेक्ट करके फाइनलाइज करने में ऑलमोस्ट शायद आई थिंक इट टुक हिम अराउंड 1 week's टाइम. एंड उसको फ्रीडम दिया हम लोगों ने, नहीं यू टेक योर टाइम, तुम करो, गिव इट योर बेस्ट. सो ही नोज 3D, ही इवन आई नो 3D, हम लोगों को पता है. बट मैंने बोला द फील इज गोइंग टू नॉट कम इफ यू यूज 3D बैकग्राउंड, एंड आप उसके ऊपर अगर ट्रेस करोगे ना, वो चीज फिर नहीं होगा आपको. यू वोंट गेट दैट फील. अभी जो एंड वंस वो कंप्लीट हुआ, देन ही सेड सर आई एम लाइक, मुझे खुद यकीन नहीं हो रहा है कि मैंने ये शॉट को ऐसे किया है. मैंने बोला एग्जैक्टली, यू नेवर अंडर एस्टिमेट व्हाट यू कैन डू. सो यू जस्ट नीड टू पुट इन दैट एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट टू मेक थिंग्स हैपन. it is just a small step you need to take. It's not a bigger step कि ये बहुत कुछ रॉकेट साइंस करना है. उसको कुछ बेसिक चीजें खाली जस्ट पता होना था खाली. वो ही वाज जस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज इतना था, उसको लग रहा था कि कैसे होगा टाइल्स. मैंने बोला वो सब सब भूल जाओ, जस्ट टेक ट्रीट देम एज टू डिफरेंट प्लेन्स एंड तब जाके करो, तब तुमको पता चलेगा. बेसिक शेप्स पे खेलो उसको. देन इट इज अगेन वो बेसिक शेप में इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ, इट इज दैट इज व्हाई इट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. अगर मुझे बेसिक शेप नहीं पता होता तो देन दिस वुड हैव बीन अ मच मोर टफर टास्क करने के लिए. सो अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू, कोई भी है, कुछ भी कोई भी स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज लेट्स
So
मेक दिस.
can you share your storyboard or design,
Yeah,
character design,
I
all
have
this initial things?
just a thing. I'll just share the animatics with you. Okay, just the rough animatics. मिनट 26 सेकेंड. सो हम लोगों ने इसको फिर स्पीड इसका ये हम लोगों ने रिड्यूस किया 50%, एंड देन फिर 3 मिनट्स का ये करके लिया हम लोगों ने, बिकॉज वंस में बहुत ज्यादा फास्ट चल रहा था. Okay, I have some questions. I have a question from Zika Indore. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I already told, the thought process was pretty simple. Panda, as I would even like to answer Gitika here as well. She has even asked, why panda? Why not any other animal? See, they are very cute, let's keep it simple. You can play with them because we couldn't imagine any other animal, being so cute, you know, and yet, so humble. When you look at a panda, you don't see, anger or anything like that. It's easy to relate for people. You have these soft corners. You have round, bulky, shapes to play around with, rather than having hard lines. Uh, it will not connect. Have you seen this movie Big Hero 6? All of you? Yes, right? Okay. So, which character do you remember the most? Sorry,
The
That
robot
white
Baymax.
robot, that white
Baymax, right?
robot.
Baymax, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, have you ever thought why is that character so appealable and all? That's because that's the word that I want to
Fluffy
say
and
is
cute.
appeal. Yeah, that's the word appeal. Okay. So, when you make your characters appealing, uh, people tend to, relate much more easily, So coming back to the question which Zika Indore has asked, came up, how did you came up with the idea? It's just that, as I told, we are going back home. The idea just came into our mind, and we thought, why not, make this into a short film? And we never thought of, any awards, kya karna hai, kaise karna hai. We just thought, chalo, let's make something for ourselves. And one thing is for sure, when you do something for yourself, it has to be good because you give your extra effort, in it. So आप खुद के लिए जब कुछ करते हो, it gives you the, immense pleasure, and in working in such kind of works. क्योंकि आपको you can put in as much as things you want, yet you know कि क्या चीज करना है, कैसे करना है. You want to give the best. So इसलिए मैं I want to tell all the students also ना, आप कुछ भी करो ना, give it your best. आप अपने लिए करो तो ऑटोमेटिकली सारा चीज वो ठीक होना ही है. I know when you pass out from here, you'll be going and joining some studios. किसी कंपनी में जाओगे, वो कंपनी is hiring you, आपका but आपको क्यों हायर कर रहा है? Because of the work that you had done. For whom? Not for that company before joining. You have done it for yourself. आपने अपने लिए कुछ अच्छा काम किया है to present your show reel या फिर जो portfolio आप लोग बनाते हो, उस पे आप लोगों ने अपना बेस्ट किया है. उस चीज से इम्प्रेस होके लोग आपको हायर करते हैं. Not because you cannot be hired to impress that company. वो कंपनी क्या चाहता है, कंपनी आप अगर if you're true to yourself, खुद का अगर बेस्ट आप निकाल के कुछ शोरील पे डालते हो ना, it sees, वो दिखता है लोगों को. Okay, so वही simple, it was a very simple idea which came to our mind. So okay, why TV paint was the main purpose? Okay, so वही again, since I come from a 2D background, like हम लोगों ने क्लासिकल लाइट बॉक्स पे काम किया है पूरा पेपर पेंसिल लेके. सो इवन आई सिंस प्रोडक्शन में जैसे भी हम लोग आए, बाल हनुमान के टाइम पे, चिंचैन के टाइम पे, वी आर यूजिंग फ्लैश उस टाइम पे, या फिर अभी एनिमेट जो है. सो वही खुद के लिए जब बेस्ट करना होता है, यू नीड टू फाइंड द बेस्ट थिंग्स व्हिच वर्क्स गुड फॉर यू. सो टीवी पेंट पे मुझे वो फील मिल रहा था, वो प्रॉपर क्लासिकल 2D एनिमेशन वाला फील, which I cannot ignore saying कि एनिमेट में जो चीज मुझे नहीं मिलता है, जो ट्विन बेस एनिमेशन हो गया या फिर ब्रशेस ही नहीं है उस तरह का. तो इसीलिए that was the main reason for using a TV paint, for that this kind of treatment to come on, mainly the treatment actually.
So, Mrinmoy, that TV paint, you experienced this film only, or you have a previous experience with that
I
software?
have a previous experience actually. I would like to show one short ad that we did. Okay, again, I don't know about how will I play the audio.
Yes, please.
Let me just.
Administrator, please mute your mic.
There is as well as
I would,
music in
I
this.
would like, sorry, Mrinmoy, just a minute. I
Yeah.
would like everyone to mute their mic so that the session can be conducted nicely. You
Like to
want to
share?
share some? Yeah, I got the file and I'm downloading that file. I'll be
Okay.
shown.
Okay, till then I would like to answer a few questions as well. So the somebody have asked TV Paint and Moho. I haven't gone through Moho, but as far as I know, in Moho you can it's kind of you can rig. In TV Paint you cannot make rigs like animate or Moho or Toon Boom Harmony. You just have to keep drawing in a classical hand-drawn pattern. You can use camera moves as well, but you cannot have this boon setup kind of a thing. But in Moho, I think you can import images from Photoshop in and you can rig it and you can animate, which is not possible in TV Paint. It is basically for completely hand-drawn kind of animation.
So there is no rigging system like Adobe Animate and
No, 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 no.
no, right.
There's
Completely
no
you have to draw frame by
completely
frame.
hand-drawn, frame by frame. Yes, exactly. Yes. The
Yes,
way
yes.
you
So it
you
gives you
you
2D.
exactly
Yes.
the classical 2D animation feel. You get that.
Okay. Okay. So how easily available this software in the market?
Uh, I think they have a lifetime license fee of like around 1 lakh rupees, the professional one,
Okay.
and the
Okay.
students, I think it's comparatively it's less. It's not like you don't have to, subscribe monthly or annually like that. It's one-time license.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you directly, pay them and they give you that key and you can directly install it on whichever machine you are using it. Single license for lifetime. I don't know if they've increased or decreased the rate as of now, but last time when I checked, it was around 99,000 something, roughly around 1 lakh rupees. Yeah, it's TV Paint. Somebody had asked the name of the software. And okay, what are main points to keep in mind while character designing? Basic shapes. I would again say that. Keep your characters sweet and simple. Because if you're thinking of animation, if you're thinking of 2D animation, that will help a lot, As you grow, you can develop your design process and all. But initially to start off, try to keep simple characters, try to, so that it does not become a headache for you while animating it. Because the more simpler your characters are, the more easier it is to animate. Okay. Complexities can come later on when you grow as an animator or as a character designer. Always simplicity will give you, it will bring the best out of you. Will understand how many lines to use or which are the lines that can bring a volume out of a character, rather than putting in too many details in it. And yes, of course, again, if the project itself demands high detailed characters, then obviously you'll have to go for detailed characters. But initially to start off, even when you're starting your character designing process, keep try to use the basic shapes as much as possible. Your circles, your square, your triangle, and try to modify them. Try to modify a circle, and see. Try to modify a square. Try to modify a triangle. You will find basic shapes in everything that you see in and around your workplace also. Try to keep the basic shapes intact. It will help you to develop a character. It will help you to develop a character even faster. Okay, if you keep your basic shapes intact, it really helps actually.
So my file is downloading, but it has some issue, I guess.
Okay.
It's downloaded in my phone, but in computer, it's not
Okay, I'll
loading.
just play it then. I'll just share it to you. You can share it to them later also. It's just a 20-second
Ah,
teaser. This was the first animation that we did for a festival out here in Assam.
okay.
Okay, so actually it was for the entire thing was for 1 minute or so, but we had to edit it and just because it would run on televisions, we had to edit it and make it for 20 seconds.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm
it
just
is
sharing.
it was a ad.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was an ad for an event which happens every year here in
Okay.
Assam.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, just I'm just sharing my
So,
screen.
okay. So there's one more question from the students that the texture on the character and the background. Okay.
Okay.
The zigzag lines coming inside the
Uh-huh.
character.
Okay.
So you did that hand drawn again.
Yeah, again in TV Paint. This was again
Okay.
done in TV Paint, and we added that glow in After Effects later on, little bit of glow in After Effects and the particles
Okay.
and all.
Okay. And
Okay, so now coming back to the use of colors and something, I guess, right?
yes, if you can share some of the files, how you put the texture and all to the character.
Just a second. So just open up this file itself. Because most of the files are very heavy actually. Hello.
Yes, yes. We
Can
can
you see
we can
this?
see.
Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes.
So I'll just show on a different file. Okay. So I'm just roughly just going through only the face. See, Panda, if you notice, they have this, black patches, right?
Yes.
Black ears and everything. So if you see in this character, we have kept this black patch and we have kept this white. Okay. That was because if we have kept the entire patch black, we wouldn't have been able to bring out the emotions from his eyes. Okay. That was the reason why we kept it this way. And if you're talking about the background, the patches that we had drawn for this body and everything, one thing was tough was because Panda itself is, they have only black and white color, right?
Yes. Yes.
Black and white colors. So what, even the strokes were black. Okay. So what we came up was with like, I think I don't, maybe watercolor. I think this brush. Yes. So everyone, everyone isn't like this, just two of us. What we made sure, we made sure that, we have this opacity set to around 50% for that particular brush. Okay. Everybody has to use that brush only when it comes to coloring this one. And then the size, I think it was somewhere around 200 here.
So
So this,
every team
yes,
member
yes,
has the
just
same
two,
setting.
yes, same setting. Because we
Okay.
first we thought ki why not, just directly isko, we just paint it black, but then if the entire screen was looking black and white, nothing was coming out. So we made sure every artist, that whoever were working for this coloring thing, they will use this setting as their, this entire setting was set manually, and the amount of strokes that were put into, do the colors. suppose if I'm using this once, right? Then everybody will have to use this setting and just use once. Because as soon as, or if they're using it 3 times, okay, this way, only then you will get that watercolor kind of thing coming out. Or else that, or else everything was, if I don't play with this setting, if I don't keep this and everything, if I don't keep these settings the way it is, some frame will have, somebody will make this and it will make them, they'll make it black, you know, and somebody might make it very light. The brush texture and everything, this way it was not working. So we made sure, everybody will apply like for 2 times or 3 times, they'll apply the stroke for the body. The color will be black and the opacity will be this much. And then the hashing that you saw,
Yes,
the-
yes.
yeah, that was done, or 2 frame animation was done, which we composited it again on this color pass. So you have this line pass where you have only the stroke, which you see here. Okay. This is the line pass. Okay. So we rendered out the line pass first, and then we created another files where we had the black patch, this one, the face patch thing. Okay. So this was kept by purposefully, this was kept pitch black, pure black. The ears and the eye and the nose, and rest were all textured. Like if you can see this hand, right? Can you see this?
Yes, yes. Okay.
If you can see this, and just a second, I'll just make. Can you see it, right? Everything. So there is a line pass and there is a color pass. So we applied that hashing thing on that color pass actually. It was just 2 frames playing back and forth, to give you that, traditional kind of, that was just kind of a treatment which made it look a little bit different from what was already there, in the mainstream thing. So we thought, okay, let's try something, which let's make it different. So that was the idea that came out, and it took some time, it actually took some time. If you can even see here, the hand, can you see? There is this one patch, light colored patch. There is this light
Yes.
color patch. There is this mid tone, and there is this dark tone. Every frame was colored manually. It was completely kind of like how typical 2D animations that we do. We used to color on cells manually, right? Earlier.
So it's like a traditional.
Yes, traditional, but using a digital medium, the power of digital tools.
Yeah.
So that is what.
And how the character you are animating whole the film, like entire film.
Mhm.
Uh, the short divisions you did as per because the initially you don't have music, right?
Yeah, initially
Initially.
there was no music.
Okay, so how you division the shots, how you because the camera cut is not there that much. It
Yeah,
is
there is
like
no. It is a
uh
continuous movement. That was what actually, that was the challenge that we took on ourselves. At one point of time, we even thought, ki, uh, are we trying to, do something very stupid or what? I mean, will it be possible? It
y-
some thoughts come to your mind, right? Kabhi na kabhi it comes
yes,
to your
yes,
mind. Then we
because
thought,
there is a you like our students is watching this film and
"Hmm,
they're asking for there's no cut shot,
yeah,
and but there is a lot of people are working together.
yeah.
So the
Act,
please share how.
yeah, so we planned everything properly. And when it comes to the, just a second, I'll just, okay. So the storyboard, when you see the animatics, right?
Yes, yes.
So since there were just two animators that were working on this film, practically. So the kid part, so that was when it came to the final coloring and all, that kids part was taken. I handed it to my junior. I told him, you take care of this, but for this particular, like, because it has to be in a continuation, right?
Okay.
So this shot
Yes.
starts here, and if you see the character, he comes into the frame, he does something, and he goes out of the frame. If you see most of the shots, right?
Yes.
Right. So that is a trick that we used, to achieve this actually, because it acts as a transition. When you bring in something into the screen, you need cut. Why? Because that character itself is there for that period of time, and you use a cut as a transition so that to move from this shot to that shot. But if the character itself goes out of the frame, then that screen is empty, right?
So
Now
you
it
have a
becomes easy.
chance,
Yeah, now it
right?
becomes easy for me to bring in the character from a different angle now.
And he there you actually change the shot or
Yes,
you.
there itself, the background is changed.
Okay. Okay.
But even the backgrounds were changed like frame by frame. That, we
Okay.
had to make sure which part will go out and which part will come in. Because if I don't keep it in a continuation, that feel will be missing actually.
Okay.
So if the character is moving out, even the background is moving, and at the same time, another background is entering the stage, and then the character is entering from a different set. But everything is planned because it's not like he just goes out from somewhere else and comes out from somewhere else. It cannot be that also. If you see when when he's rolling down and he's falling down, the mother thinks he is playing, but he rolls down and he goes far away, and then immediately we shifted the camera and we showed the mother on a different horizon, and the child is on a different horizon. And now you can see that, the bamboos are cut and it falls on the screen. Even we use that cutting scene as transition. The bamboos, when the bamboos fall, it acts as a transition from this scene to that scene.
Right. Right. So basically there is a lot of tricks you used for the cut shots,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the continuation you maintain as per the background and the
Yes,
texture.
yes.
So you background texture also. I've seen that film that
Yeah, yeah.
there's a texture, right?
Yes, yes. Even the
And so the texture you place in the TV itself, or there's a particular image, or how
no,
it
no, no.
is.
Everything was hand drawn, even the backgrounds.
Okay,
Only texture that you see is that hashing line, right?
right.
That was a two-frame hashing that we used, and we played it on loop, and we composited that. We masked it on the color pass actually, which is on a
Okay,
different layer, and masked it on the color pass, so that that texture doesn't come on the lines. It comes only when the software sees color, it will use that as a mask, and you can see that hashing thing coming up.
okay. In that situation, like you have animatics, you have a characters, and you started with the shots, and the entire team is new to the TV Paint software,
Yeah,
and
we almost got ourselves trained for almost like 2 months before doing this.
okay,
I sat down and taught them. I asked even them to learn few things and teach me if you find anything new, if you think something can be done much more. So we sat down. Before, the planning was way ahead. If you see that, that silkworm, that the show that I movie that I showed right now, that 20-second teaser.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is basically the silkworm which eats that leaf, and so that was the main concept behind this designing this character as well. So while doing this film, I was this ad. So there was no one. I just tried out my hands on, and then when I brought in these people, everyone, then I trained them on the TV paint as well.
Okay. And as so once you finish the film,
Hmm.
so where did you decide that yes we have to finish here, or ending has to be like that? Or maybe like once you finish that, where did you put that film initially? Just in YouTube, or you
No,
got
no,
the
no,
some
no.
how is it?
Once that film was done, so since we had to, am I audible now? Someone is saying my voice is slow.
Yes, you're audible now.
Okay, okay. So once that film got over, so we had to wait for almost 1.5 years for the music to come in actually, because since lockdown came in, everybody is working from home. So we thought, let's find some, because everything has to be best since we have put in so much of hard work. And once the music and everything came into place, we applied. There's a site called Film Freeway, okay, where you find all the festivals of the world. Okay, you just need to register with your email ID and you can submit your project there. They'll ask for director's biography and some screenshots of the film, as well as the film, as well as a teaser for the film. All that project materials will be there in Film Freeway.
Okay, so
So
you have to submit the some of the details for your
yeah,
project.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Because the film festival will need them for their promotions. They'll, if I can share just a second, if you
Yes, yes, please.
just a second. Actually, I'm not logged in as my office ID. So I'll just want to log in and show, because there are many things that are hidden.
So
So
you can
yeah,
share
this is the
the.
site. I'll just share the screen. So this is the site called Film Freeway. Okay. So they have a whole lot of animation festivals around the world. There are categories also, and you can even choose from, if you want paid categories also. If you put it for zero, then you'll find all the festivals which do not require any registration fees. And there are few festivals which are particularly only for students. Okay, so you'll see high school film festival, some, because there are many festivals which are only for students. So you can submit your film. You can say, click anywhere, submit now. You'll have to sign in, and then all your project details will be there. And they even, some of the festivals even select for academy awards and all. When you go for this gold event type, you'll find the best of the best festivals out here. I mean, all around the world, whatever is there, even Indian as well, not only I mean outside India and all, even national festivals also you'll find it here. Say, mm, you find there is MIF, Milan, there is Mumbai Film Festival, this Mumbai International Film Festival. All the film festivals of the world, you'll find it here, and you can just put in all your project details and everything, and you just need to submit it, one click, nothing else. They'll just ask for, do you want to submit for this film festival? They'll confirm, click it, done. It is very easy. Okay, volume, just let me answer to First, the character is, if a character is a villain, right? So first and foremost, always start, as we know, we start with the circle. So you need to keep few things in mind. Okay. First, before deciding whether it is a villain, first will come is what is the age of that character? Okay. So is it a kid who is a villain? Is it a teenage who is a villain? Is it an old man who is a villain? So first question you'll have to ask that. And based on that, because that will depend what the building block of your character is going to be first. Okay. So things that you need to keep in mind is first, as we know, circle, square, and triangle, right? So circle will give you a soft kind of a feel. Okay. Square will give you a balanced kind of a balance as in positive. Okay. And this is the strongest. Okay. Strongest and you know negative. So these are two important characteristics of a triangle. It is strong and it can be negative also. Why? Because of these pointed features, right? So you need to keep in mind whenever you're designing a character, first just draw the basic structure first. Draw simple hairs, okay? Okay. So this is just a simple character. So now when you want to make this villainish, okay, if you're thinking you want to make him a villain, you just need to add, you know, change just few things, not much, not much. Make the lines prominent, okay? Make his jawline prominent, make his eyebrows angry. Give him that character, okay? If you're making him a villain, you can just make him sit and keep smiling until unless the character demands. Can you see the difference?
Yes.
See, this character has evolved from this guy, right?
Right.
So just these are just minor changes that you need to tweak in. It is not rocket science. You cannot see you are comfortable drawing this, draw this, then try to modify it, try to make few changes here and there. It will work out. At least for me, it has worked out all this while, you know. And then you want to accessorize him, give him something, you know. If you want to make a female, then let me just take this guy. Play with lines, as make it hard lines. If you want to make villains, make them sharp, okay, make the edges sharp. See, just changing the hairstyle now, you know, this is looking like a female, a vamp maybe. Little bit of changes here and there, you know. So, are you all able to see uh, uh, Gitika?
So the changes you make on
Yeah,
a hairstyle, a little accessories,
yeah, a little bit
the
of accessories,
expression
you know,
and
here
the
and there. Yes, exactly.
uh,
It does not take too much of, you know, effort, you know. But yes, one thing is for sure, for that, for these two characters, okay, for these two characters, this guy, for this guy and this guy, what was most important was this guy, right?
that
Isn't
is
it?
totally different person. Yeah,
Yeah, right. But these two derived from, it was derived from this guy only, right?
the reference.
Yes. So this was, and why this guy is important is because I'll tell you why. Why you could, you know, come up, you could, you know, modify this guy and make these two is because I'll just take just a little bit of time. This is a circle, right? Students, please kindly notice this and see. Okay. This is a circle. I think all your faculties must have also told you, you know, they must have, even you might have seen somewhere else also. Okay. This is a circle, right? Just the, now see the power of these three things. This one, and this one. This is a circle, right? Now, this is what? This is a square, almost. If you bring it from here, right? And this is what? A triangle, right? Or can you see everyone?
Yes, sir.
So, do you think it is simple? Don't you think it is simple to draw characters now? Now, make this guy, make him a little bit of oval, make him a little bit of rectangular, and just tilt this triangle little bit here, and you have this guy. This again, you can, this basic shape of a triangle. And yes, this is a cylinder, obviously. So now do you, so how much hard do you think is to draw a circle, square, and triangle? It is easy, right? Everyone?
Yes.
So I hope I have at least, you know, cleared few things when it comes to, you know, using a basic shape, right?
So when you create two characters,
Yeah.
baby and the mother, how
Mhm.
you differentiate, because both of them are almost similar, but how you differentiate between those two characters? One is
Yes.
baby and the mother.
Yeah. Again, it comes to that basic understanding of character is, so that mother is an adult, right? That mother is an adult. Okay. So she'll have a body structure which is different compared to the baby. I'm just roughly going through, okay? So even here, what is most important is the head, the proportions, okay? The head is smaller compared to the body, right? Pandas are huge actually, they have this huge body. This is the basic structure that now when you draw a baby, the head will be big, okay, compared to the body. The ears will be a bit bigger, okay, eyes and everything, and the body will be smaller. Acute nose. This is just a rough sketch that I'm doing, okay? Don't go too much into the thing. I'm just trying to make you all understand. Because in animals, we don't find too much of a difference when it comes to facial structure and all. So all we have got is to, play with the proportions and all. Put in little bit of fur here and there, to make it even more cuter. In fact, you can even make the lips small. It will make even more cuter. If you're drawing, kids, babies, and all, try to make things small and squishy. So now even when so this does not come out, out of nowhere. There is a basic understanding you need to have when you're even drawing kids. The kids will have big heads, even human kids telling.
And the same thing is applicable for the 3D also, right?
Sorry.
So same thing is applicable for 3D
Yes,
also,
yes,
even
yes, yes,
when
yes, yes. It is just 3D is just a medium, to express your art form. But even if you're doing 3D, this is something, all these things, this guy, anything that you, this one, everything has to be on paper first, because that will help you bring out your ideas faster rather than, jumping into 3D and modeling characters. You need to make your designs first in paper and, scribble out your ideas as much as you want on paper, so that when you jump into 3D, when you go into 3D for modeling, you are clear, you know what exactly you want your characters to be, you know. And then comes the power of model sheet, which you all must have known, like, you know, model sheet, which is a very important aspect of character designing, which is important for 2D as well, but even for 3D, it is very important because
Right.
that is the building block of creating a 3D character, the model sheet. Your front profile, your, as in like, if anyone must have missed out, your front, your 3/4, okay, and your profile. Just simple.
So do you have any reference to show the model sheet?
As of now, I don't have anything with me,
Okay.
but I can directly, you know, draw it and, you know, show it. If you want, I can draw it in, you know, basic shapes. It'll just take hardly some time. It will not take much of a time. So can I go ahead? Can I just take 5 minutes before we, you know,
Yes.
wind up, and I'll just give you a rough idea.
Yes.
Just a simple. So when you have your design this way ready, okay, first what you need is draw your guidelines, as in which will act as your guidelines. Draw your headline, draw your chin line. This is the head. Draw your head also if you want. Draw the nose. I'm drawing these using shift, okay, just dragging. This is for the ear. If you think it is off centered, at least now you can correct it, right? Then you have your eyebrows. Just put a line for your mouth. These are the basic lines that you need to keep in mind, you know, before going ahead for a model sheet. So this is your front profile, right? This is your front. So now from here to here is my circle, right? I'll draw this. This is my face. So this is my central line. Now I'll shift this, my center. I'll off center it here. Okay. And I know this is my chin.
कौन है ये साइड हाँ
And this is your side profile. So am I able to, you know, did you all able to make you understand a little bit?
Yes, sir.
So was I, can I stop the share now?
Yes. Any student have any question you can
Yeah,
ask?
if you have any, yeah, please feel free to ask. Just out of curiosity, I just wanted to ask actually, since I am here in Guwahati, Pritam, is there anyone from Zika Guwahati as well in this master in this session?
Uh, so Guwahati, Zika also. Uh, there's a one login and there's a lot of students who are sitting
Okay, okay,
like this way.
okay. So guys, if you want, you know, please feel free to, I think Gaurav sir is there with you all, right? In Zika Guwahati. I am, you all can feel free to, talk to me whenever you want. I'm here in Guwahati itself. Okay, out of just curiosity, I just thought of asking once, since they already have the students. I think there are few people who are already in Guwahati, Zika Guwahati.
Yes, so lately later we can connect and we can share things also
Yeah, sure, sure.
when you are in Guwahati. So we'll definitely connect with the people who are in Guwahati.
Mhm.
As well as we just wanted to know because the character designing and this is the basic. Yeah.
This is the basic
Whenever
thing.
you go for whenever you go for any course curriculum like 2D animation, 3D animation, if you take
Hmm.
modeling also, you need a design. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm actually connecting with a lot of students, right? So they are very curious about the 3D, but
Yeah.
ultimately you have to you have to take something
Yes.
from 2D, guys, right?
Okay. So I think I'll wrap this session with a very sweet story of mine. Okay.
That will be
So
good.
yeah, because that is something that I really love to tell the students, because when I, tell my experience about my student life, they tend to relate much more rather than if I'm talking things professionally. If I talk about my student experience as when I was a student, I'll just tell you a very short thing. See, when I started animation in Zika, so our studio was in SL World, which was a very beautiful place actually. It was a lovely place to be in. So I never was, into animation. I was into gaming. I love games. I love 3D. Then when I got into Zika, I could see, huge G5 Macintosh machines, my seniors using it. Everybody's obsessed with Macs, right? And it was way back in 2004. So, you're obsessed. But what we got to do is for the first 6 months, uh, all we had to do is take your spiral binding, A4 sheet papers, spiral binding, and 4B pencil, and, just keep on sketching. Just sketch. Daily we used to get an assignment to, do a live sketch of around like 500 live sketch daily. So we had no clue what was happening in our lives actually. At least personally, I had no clue. Well, I came for computers. I wanted to, touch the computers, the machines and everything, but I was held with a pencil and a paper, A4 papers, spiral binding. And, we used to go out for sketching every day from the hostel, do the sketching, come back, show it to our faculties. And then, every day was the task that we need to complete 500 sketch. And if you all think that, life is tough, then no, actually, it was much tougher then. But nowadays, technology has come up. But earlier back then, the softwares were not up to that mark, So we had to rely too much upon, hand drawn animation and everything. So if you do not complete 500 sketches, next day we would come up with an assignment of 1,000 sketches. Every day, 500 sketches would get added upon. Okay. So a few of the students had gone through that, trauma also. But when we did our sketching and all, first 6 months, it was very hectic. We thought, "Oh, am I doing the right kind of course?" But then gradually, when I realized, when we got into the digital thing and all, when I realized it, that digital, softwares and everything now, even now, when you go to digital for 2D or as well as 3D, it helped me a lot, when I was doing my sketching and everything, which is the 2D, the base, the fundamentals, that things you will not learn when you just, learn things online from somewhere, from somebody, just the software. You just learn the tools, because learning a tool is not a big thing. You can learn a tool within a week's time. You can master a software within a week's time if you put in your dedication and all. But what stays with you is your understanding of shapes, your understanding your fundamentals, your basics. Okay, those are the things that stays with you, that will help you to grow in your career. Be you go for 3D modeling, you go for 3D animation, you go for VFX, you go for whatever career options that you are looking to pursue. The basics is always going to stay there with you, and that is, as I said even earlier, that is going to make you stand out from the rest. It will actually make you stand out from the rest. Okay, so please, students, each one of you, please love what you do, and try to find your strength. Each one of you has an individual, every individual has got their own strength. Okay, so please try to find that, and that you'll find only when you focus more on the basics, the fundamentals. Because 3D and all, these are, as always I'll keep telling you, these are just tools. Please try to develop your skills as an artist, and it is not rocket science. Since you could see, I don't think I have used any very difficult kind of shapes, or we say difficult kind of techniques when drawing things that I have drawn and shown it to you. That is only because I know what my basic, because it is very easy to master a circle, square, and a triangle, rather than mixing them, jumbling them, and drawing something. So when things are simple, try to keep it simple. Use them simply. It will make wonders. It will create wonders for you.
Uh, I have one last question from myself.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
we have seen that your experience with Sinchan, right?
yeah.
So what is the difference? Like how the difference between that Sinchan thing and the Indian project, the outside project? What is the major differences there?
Actually, when we did that episode, that 2, 3 episodes for Chinchan, actually, it was mostly, most of the things we do is only for the dubbing part that comes, it get dubs in Hindi. And because of that, uh, Chinchan actually abroad, outside when it started, it had many adult contents actually.
Okay,
So for the Indian audience, we just had to, uh, make few minor changes here and there, so that it becomes uh, for the audience to accept in India actually. So that was the only kind of work that Chinchan had. But yes, that was again later on they shifted from hand drawn to again digital flash animation. But it is animation wise, they are way ahead of their thought process. The animation styles that they have achieved over the years, even manga, or even if you see Ghibli or any you know Korean animations, or from this thing from Southeast Asia, any kind of animations, they have developed a different style. The character style actually, not the animation. And the character styles are obviously different, but yes, mostly the works that we had to do here was, most of mm, making the characters, and the animation acceptable for the Indian audience, because the animations that were running outside were too much of an adult content in it, which is not suitable for our viewers.
okay, okay. Okay, so students, do you have any questions? So you can put it out, or we will be wrapping up this session.
And please,
Uh,
I would just like to add one more thing. Please feel free to, reach out to any of your faculties, whoever is there. And I'll always be there. I'm here. You can even reach out. I am already in touch with Kashinath sir for a very long time. And I would again like to thank, the entire the family of Sika, for giving me this opportunity again to bring out whatever little I could, and share it with all the students. And I hope it, helps them to, take their uh, pursue and helps them to pursue their career, and go ahead and do some, amazing stuff. And please do not forget to, keep me up to date on whatever things that you do, all the students. I would love to, see how you will progress, how you will, and all the best for each one of your future.
Sure, sure. And I want to share one thing that we are into aesthetic, and the aesthetic is very nearby, and
Mm,
all over India, students are making a lot of short films.
okay,
Okay,
amazing.
hopefully we can connect again, and
I would love
we'll
to.
see.
I would
Yes,
love to. And please do let me know what are the feedbacks, how the student, felt about this. Was it actually helpful? Was I really helpful to them?
sure,
Because
sure,
that really means
definitely.
a lot. Because
Yes.
otherwise the purpose in itself would go in vain,
So, thank you, Mrinmoy, for the thing you have come up with, that thing that looks like this animation film is not so difficult, but we just have to have that passion and little bit of understanding. Like,
Yes,
you can play with the basic shapes, or you can make any short film. As
anything is possible.
Yes, I'm actually want to share that aesthetic is coming. So students, please, the short film is not tough until or unless you just keep doing it.
Hmm.
It is not that much difficult. You just have to keep finishing your shots, make it well planned. That's the thing.
And
Because
yes,
it,
sorry to interrupt. Just a small thing I would just like to add is when you're making a short film, don't try to put in too much of things into it. Just try to keep a story simple. Timing is not a factor. Okay, don't think, because in animation every frame count, every seconds count. Okay, so try to keep it short, try to keep it simple, and do not overdo yourself. Okay, that's one kind of advice that I would like to give each one of you. Do not think, "Ki, if I do a 5 minute short film, I would be better than a person who is doing a 1 minute short film." No, don't think that. Your 1 minute short film can give a much more, bigger impact, can, leave a very bigger impact compared to a 10-minute short film also. It's not about the timing, it's all about the concept, how you portray it, how you, show it to the world as simply you can.
yes. So thank you for connecting with us, and we'll connect again
Sure,
surely.
sure. Definitely. I would
Yeah.
love to.
So thank you, everyone. If you have any question, you can put it on a chat box. We have 5 minutes to wrapping up, and yes. So see you soon, guys. Meanwhile, you can wait for 1 or 2 minutes. If
Yeah.
there's is there
O-
any question, they can ask and
Okay.
you can answer.
Okay. Okay.
After
Sure,
that,
sure.
we'll wrap up.
Okay. No issues here. Sure.